Okay, howdy all. My name is Dave. Um, I'm an IT tech based in the West Midlands in England. Just doing some videos around stuff to be helpful. Going to start with building a Grafana server on Ubuntu. Um, Reason why I like doing this in Ubuntu, it's the flavour of Linux I know quite well. And as for Linux in general, tend to find if you leave Windows alone for long enough, it will break. Tend to find with Linux, if you leave it alone, it keeps working. It does kind of rely on me leaving it alone, which isn't something I'm particularly good at. I like to tinker. Just rattling through a really basic, really dirty Ubuntu server install. Password. And I'm going to put OpenSSH on it because I always do that. Because I like having SSH access to my server. So yeah, the main purpose behind doing this video is obviously to show you guys how I would install Grafana into Ubuntu. Kind of not really the video I thought I'd do, but does serve as a nice beginning point. Actually wanted to do some more stuff around kiosking up various systems and getting really nice looking displays sorted, but that's fine. Yeah, needed a test system. Didn't really want to use the live stuff I use at work for obvious security reasons. If you guys can think of anything you want to see, leave a message. Also, apologies for the advert, but my job drives me to drink, so you guys are kindly going to help pay for that, whether you like it or not. Most of what I do is going to be guides ripped from various websites, etc., which I will link to. I'm not a genius. I like to use other people's work and obviously properly credit them, and hopefully just make it a little bit easier. I'm going to stop talking for a moment, and yeah, away we go. Right, and there we have it. We are all installed. Going to reboot, and here we go. We'll hopefully be away. As I say, I can often be found in the Grafana Experts Exchange Facebook group, and kicking around in there. Also, things like IT installs, Nightmare of Greatness, and places like that. So, if you've got a query, find the appropriate Facebook group for what you're trying to do. I'm sure there will be a ton of people who will be willing to help, and I cannot fault the guys in the Grafana groups. They helped me out big time when I was first starting with it in both the Facebook group and the chat at the place that I've forgotten the name of. And I'm great at this video thing. Anyway, right, logging in, password. So, because this is quite an old image, I'm going to sudo get update. Let it rattle through this, and sudo update upgrade. What's about another 3 meg or whatever. Let it crack on with that. So, just a quick explanation as to why VMware Workstation. This one's really simple. We use it at work. We are ESXi based hosty type people, and we tend to prep and build everything in VMware Workstation, and it ties really nicely into our VMware hosted thing, because normally I'd have our hosted instances stacked up here on the left. I've taken them out in the instance of not telling you guys too much about my super secure, super secret, super private work stuff, obviously. Yeah, so that's why I would prefer Hyper-V if it was just me. Quite like it for doing reliable stuff, but VMware Workstation works really well for deving stuff, I find. So, you know, 6 one, half dozen the other. Right, okay, we are off. So hopefully we are all bob up to date, and going to paste this link in from the Grafana website, which I believe is the latest version. Have found in the latest version the new graphs, because you can get bar graphs in it, are beautiful and really nice, and I actually really like them. Sudo dpkg /i Grafana. Are you gonna not work? Okay, so this hasn't worked, and interestingly this is from the Grafana download page that I've taken that instruction. This hasn't worked because we are missing, where is it, libfontconfig1. This is actually referenced in their installation instructions, where we have to install a couple of little packages here. So add user and libfontconfig1. Don't really think we need that add user, but it's fine, I'll stick it in anyway. Apt fix broken install sudo apt fix broken install. Yes, that's fine. So what's actually happened is it's half installed Grafana, it's hit the error, I fixed it, and now here you can see it has gone back and reinstalled Grafana, and that's going to work. So that is actually now Grafana installed in the very wrong order, but that would be the logical way you would install it if you followed the first instruction you came to on the website, which, if you're anything like me, is probably exactly what you did. Going to add this into auto start now. Sudo update rc.d Grafana server defaults. That's odd. I'm going to minus I just because I'm really lazy. CTL reload this. Get the feeling this is going very wrong very quickly. I'm going to reboot this machine. In case you're wondering, we've got 2 GB of RAM for this VM, we've got 4 cores, and it's sat on my very shiny Intel 660p SSD, which pound for pound you can't really beat for storage. It's not the fastest drive out there, but realistically the difference between this, which runs at about 1500 megasecond, and something like the Samsung Evo Pros that run at full 3.5 gigasecond. I've got both. I've got this one in my laptop, and I have very similarly spec'd work PC with the Evo Pro. Do I notice a difference? Not really. Right, let's see if we have any more luck now. Put password back in. This is mildly worrying, I'd say, but we're going to press on and see what happens. So going to start the service. Oops. System CTL. This is what happens when you don't pay attention with what you're doing. Status. Okay, it's running. This is good news. I'm going to add this to, say, to the auto start thing. Otherwise, you'll have to run sudo systemctl start grafana-server every time you want to start it, and ain't nobody got time for that. Grafana server.service. Okay, just going to see if that's been successful. Going to sudo reboot, and when it comes back up, we will do a systemctl status Grafana server, which will tell me if I am a genius or a muppet. Answers on the back of a postcard, please. Okay, now we find out how good I am. And it's running. Away we go. Right, so Let's see, what's the IP address on this machine? It is 239.129. Right, okay. So then, because I messed the video up, this is the Grafana dashboard. Once I loaded up 239.129, it asks me straight away to change the admin password and then brings you to this screen. Here you can see obviously we've done the install Grafana. You've put up with me doing that bit. Next, it asks you to add data sources, make your dashboard, add users, and load plugins if you want some extra functionality that doesn't come as standard. I am 110% sure we will cover all of that sort of stuff in later videos, but for now, for the moment, that's it. You've installed, hopefully, Grafana onto Ubuntu server and got it to auto start. Peace out.